We start by taking a piece of scrap foam, long enough to make a 2 cm diameter cylinder, with a circle cutter. Pay attention! To obtain a cylinder, the Proxon cable must be perfectly perpendicular to the plane. You can use a carpenter's ruler to verify this. I have used my Guider Pro by Shifting Lens. While rotating the foam, try to move the piece slightly. This will create an interesting striped texture on the cylinder. If the undulation of the surface is too heavy, you can smooth the piece with sandpaper. Once you are satisfied with the shape obtained, you can cut the cylinder into pieces about 2 cm high. Attention again, this project requires a very sharp cutter and therefore very dangerous. Handle with care, but above all, make sure that your blade is really in excellent condition. A slightly sharpened blade is much more dangerous than a very sharp one, as it forces you to repeat more steps and to exert more force to get a good result. With the help of sandpaper and your cutter, file the upper and lower edges of your small cylinders. In this tutorial we will create 2 complete pieces and a pumpkin that is half submerged in the ground. This is why we cut only the upper edge of the 3rd cylinder. Once satisfied with this shape, a sort of ball crushed at the poles, we can cut into slices our pumpkins with the help of the cutter, then reviewing the surface cuts with the pen. The beauty of the foam is that it can be slightly compressed, giving our pieces the ideal shape. Now, take some very sturdy cardboard, the most resistant you can find, and cut 3 bases of the shape you want. My bases do not have a random shape, but are designed to fit into my windmill project. You can create completely random bases or create 3 that are in some way compatible and that together make up a bigger single piece. Once the bases have been obtained, we are ready to use the air dry clay. You can also use green stuff or Fimo, as long as it is an easily malleable material. Take a nice piece of clay and cover the bases. Remember that with a drop of water the clay becomes very soft and you can do what you want with it. With the help of a rounded object, prepare the accommodation for the pumpkins, and using a little PVA glue, fix them to your pleasure on the bases. Rolled up on the table other pieces of clay until you get spaghetti. Yes, I say spaghetti. I'm Italian after all. Cut them and roll them up as I show you here. You will get some interesting plant cars. To create the leaves, do not go random. Always use a little time to research what you are doing. I had no idea what the pumpkin leaves were like, so I searched in Google and voila! Fortunately, they are simple leaves to do. Just crush a little clay and give it the shape of flat and wide leaves. Before moving on to painting, we add textures to the ground with sawdust and let it dry. You must let the clay dry before proceeding. Different materials may require different drying times. Make sure you know the characteristics of the product you are using before proceeding. I let the clay dry in the air for about 18-24 hours. Now that the construction phase is completed, you can make the piece much more durable with a thin layer of Mod Podge mixed with acrylic paint and water. Check out my tutorial number 1 to find out what quantities I use. Small details, always small details. I add human skulls between the tentacles of the pumpkins for a more scary appearance. You can add anything, a boot, a lantern, a chest. It depends on what you have available. When the base of Mod Podge is perfectly dry, we can begin to paint our pumpkins. One thing you need to know is that red is one of the most difficult colors to use. The ideal would be to have a red primer. Check the description below. I put the link to a tutorial by Luke that reviews a great product. In the absence of the red primer, you must use multiple layers of very thin paint, so as not to get too coarse. For this tutorial I had to do very quickly, but I think in the end the result is acceptable. After washing, I brush the pumpkins with a dry brush of white. And that's it, guys! Here you can see a small preview of my windmill. These pumpkins have been designed to be inserted in the base of the mill, but can be removed and used in any outdoor scenario.
Okay guys, this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you very like this video, remember to subscribe to the channel. Till next time, happy crafting!